There is actually a group in the United States of America who take pride in saying that we follow the Qur'an. We don't care about what the Prophet said, what the Prophet did, what the Prophet approved. To the extent in tashahhud, they don't recite the words, وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. They say, Allah is the one who sent the book, and the Prophet only brought it to us, that's all. Just as we do not open the letter and ask the mailman to explain what is in it, similarly, we don't have to go to him to understand what is in the Qur'an. We have the Qur'an and our aql. It is the same aql which was used by the shaitan. You created me from fire, you created him from the clay. أَنَا خَيْرٌ مِّنْهُ. Therefore, I'm better than him. And that was qiyas ma'al fariq. Comparison between two things was not valid. Shaitan only looked at the physical essence. What he doesn't realize that the shape of Adam's body was already there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, only when I breathe the ruh into him, then you do the sajda. The sajda is not to that turab and the clay. The sajda is the soul of Adam. And the soul of human being is more precious than shaitan and the physical entity of him. That was Noor and he's Nar. That was the aql that didn't reach, that level to see the difference between the Noor and the Nar. First, they will separate us from Rasul. Then you will have a book which is only Samit, doesn't have the ability to speak for itself, because now you have removed the spokesman of the Qur'an from it. And then it's very easy to twist the book according to our own like and dislike. It will become like the Bible and the Christians at the moment. There are things there very clear, but they say, the message of Allah manifests in the will of the people. And this is where the attempt is by some people. Sometimes you will see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for example, when the Qibla was changed. It's a very beautiful narration in Surah Baqarah. In Mecca, the Muslims were facing Jerusalem. Then he came to Medina, but there was a sizable Jewish community in Medina those days. And some of them started to kind of taunt the Prophet that, what kind of new religion is this that you are still facing our Qibla? And that is where Qur'an says that the Prophet used to feel distress. Interestingly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O Muhammad, we saw you at night time going into your courtyard. Oh Muhammad, I saw your face turning upward, expecting a resolution for this distress that the Prophet was feeling. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, don't worry, you're going to change your Qibla soon. And it's a relationship of love. It's not this is the Qur'an, we already paid the postage, take it and give it to the receiver. The voices which try to separate us from the Prophet are not new. In the last days of Rasulullah, Hasbuna Kitabullah was a kind of reflection of that the book of Allah is sufficient for us. No, we need the book of Allah as well as the Sunnah of Rasulullah